thank you for joining us this evening for our Spotlight Information event with Acting and Technical Theatre. We've got a great event coming up for you all tonight. We've got content from our tutors and curriculum managers discussing progression routes, the course offer, entry requirements and much more. We're also going to be showing you some videos of the Dartford campus as a whole, as well as a dedicated acting and technical theatre video as well. I'm going to pass you over to the curriculum manager, Gavin, now. Over to you.
Hi, thanks Sean. Hello Weld, and welcome to this webinar for Acting and Technical Theatre. My name's Gavin Brocker. I am the Curriculum Manager for Acting and Technical Theatre. Just a little bit about me really. I trained here at the Miskin Theatre way back in 1999 and trained here for 3 years, and then went on to a drama school called Arts Educational Schools London, trained as an actor. I am still an actor. I still work as an actor. I signed with an agent and have had a fairly successful career as an actor for the last sort of 15 years, really. Not only in terms of working as an actor, but directing and coming back here as a college lecturer, working as a director here, and currently the curriculum manager for the area. I think a part of it here is working with a great team, and the ethos that we set up here in the theatre is that of a professional environment. And when you come here, you're working with professionals, me and as being one of the team. I've also got another member of the team with me that is specialising in technical theatre, which is Kai Taylor. So I will hand you over to Kai for him to tell you about him. Kai, over to you.
Thanks, Gavin. So I'm Kai Taylor. I'm a lecturer in lighting, sound and AV here at the Miskin. I had a little different route in, so I started my training in Wales at a little local theatre, and then I moved down to London and I studied a technical theatre course at East 15 Acting School in Essex. This set me up to kind of go towards the West End industry. Started working a few years on the West End, doing Bugsy Malone tours, a few different kind of tours. After that, went more towards the live event side of things. So started to work festivals. So my kind of career highlights that side is working the iTunes Festival, doing Edinburgh Fringe Festival, Latitude Festival. There's quite a few in there. Similarly to Gav, we as a team here have multiple professionals that are still working in the industry. So I did a show a couple of weeks ago over our half term, which was a live broadcast. And we have 4 other members on the technical team that are all industry professionals who have come here and are now teaching. So I'm going to pass back to Sean, who will introduce the next section.
Thank you very much, Kai. Now I'm going to show you the Dartford campus video so you can get a little feel for college life.
What I love is that we get training that isn't really available anywhere else at this price because it's free, and we just get training at an industry standard, and it's so high, and everybody that works with us is just already been in the industry, so they already know what they're talking about.
So when we come in, the first thing, we were encouraged by the directors to just start the day by ourselves, and that's a great thing because they have trust in us as actors to start the day and to warm ourselves up. And then we do a variety of things. You know, if you're on the theatre course, you're doing lots of plays and stuff for the stage and learning about that. If you're on the camera course, you're learning about the technology surrounding that, both in front and behind the camera. And we just do workshops and practicing acting and stuff like that. We do preparation for going on to further education and drama schools, universities, things like that. And they're just preparing us really for what it's going to be like in the actual industry.
We work a lot with audition techniques for the future. We work with improvisation, working with monologues, working with personal statement. So it's not just acting that we cover, we also cover the academic part with UCAS and applications for higher education when we go off to uni and drama school.
Hi, and welcome back. Yeah, that was obviously our acting and technical theatre promo video. What myself and Kai is going to talk to you a little bit now is about our courses that we run here, and just a little bit about the environment of the place. So, yeah, we're going to sort of give you some information on that stuff. After that, we will answer some questions that you guys are answering, some that you've sent in. If you have got any Q&As as well, please type them in the box. They'll come through to us, and we will answer them. Let's go. So, I think what I want to talk about first is just the environment of the place here. Now, we, as you would have seen on the video, we are vocational led. You know, if you are interested in acting or technical theatre, you're coming into that environment, and we set up that the atmosphere and the experience that of a professional environment. So you will learn sort of academically and about the theory behind, you know, what it is that we do. But your days are based on doing that stuff, you know, hands-on, whether you're acting or technical theatre, and that becomes, you know, a really unique experience because, you know, you're living and breathing it every day. I mean, before myself and Kai have just come on here, we have just been, we're currently rehearsing to stream a Christmas show. And we've just been doing that to come here, and then afterwards we're going to go back and join rehearsal. So it really is a sort of full-on experience. On the acting side, we run, we've got sort of 3 courses. We've got 4 courses. So there's level 2 acting, there's level 3 acting, level 3 acting for camera, and we have level 4 acting. Here, no matter what level that you're on, you still get the same level of acting training, and that's what's really important to us. The difference being is that if you go into level 2, sometimes it gives you that bit of support academically, but it also gives you that extra year of experience to really really sort of learn about the craft and to really experiment with, you know, different ways of performing. So the level 2 course, you know, sometimes we have people on the course that might not necessarily have made the grade requirements to get on level 3, but we also have actors on the level 2 course that have, you know, got incredible GCSE grades, but they want that extra year of experience. And so it really becomes a unique, you know, course. The level 3 course, we've got 2 pathways. So we've got the acting pathway and we've got the acting for camera. And we do get a lot of questions, well, what's the difference? Now, we don't train camera actors, we don't train theatre actors, we don't train radio actors, we train actors. And you have to be able to lend yourself, you know, to all those different platforms, of certainly acting in this industry. the pathways just give a bit of specific detail. So when you go on the Acting for Camera pathway, you do theatre work, you work, you know, with stage, you work with live performance. But you've just got that sort of bit more detail in what that process is like for preparing for camera work, which is different from stage work. Whereas the level 3 acting, you do a bit of acting for camera stuff, but your focus is a bit more in that direction, that theatrical live performance direction. But you do get that complete training, no matter what, you know, you're on. The level 4 course is normally our progression from people that have come on through our level 3 or have gone through A levels, and then they're joining that level 4 course later on in their overall training. And that is really about creating at that point their own theatre stroke production company. And at that point, we've sort of created the building blocks to really have that autonomous course where the learners are working with directors, but it's a really self-driven course. And on all of our courses, our awarding body is UAL, University Arts London, and it's really sort of driven in that progression through level 2 to level 3 to level 4, really looking at that sort of autonomous work and that self-governed work to then set you up for drama school and university, which is what most of our actors that come here is the direction they want to go to. So there's sort of 2 main progression routes, one being university, one being drama school. In the acting world, a lot of credited drama schools are probably the most well-known drama school is RADA, but there's accredited of 22 drama schools, places like ArtsEd, where I went to, Mountview, X15, Rose Bruford, Guildhall, Guildford, Royal Scottish Academy, and the list can go on. And that is our kind of main ambition for our actors. A lot of also our guys look to go at university, so there's some great courses down at Canterbury. We've got Middlesex University, Manchester Met, Falmouth University, where you kind of, it goes down the academic route a bit more, but you're still sort of looking going into that acting direction, setting up your own company, and they're the sort of 2 progression worlds that you'd be going into. Before I hand you to Kai to sort of talk about the technical theatre aspect, it really is about, you know, sort of having that interest in and curiosity about performance is why I'd recommend you to come, you know, onto this course. Even when you get to the end of your either 1 year, 2 year or 3 years of training here, sometimes you might get to the end of it and think, do you know what, I don't necessarily want to be an actor anymore, or acting isn't, you know, for me. But what the training also does is give you that level of confidence and the skills to be able to walk into any educational or employment avenue, be it a job in Bluewater or be it down a different career path at university, or going completely in a whole new, you know, sort of direction in terms of your own, you know, personal development in your career. It gives you those skills to be able to walk into a room and to be able to stand out amongst the crowd and to go, do you know what, look at me, take me on for this job or take me on for this course. And that's what the acting course also, you know, gives you. Of course, I'm going to be biased because, you know, I am the curriculum manager here, but it is such a unique place. Anybody that's watching now, anybody that's been here to see a show, we've got amazing rehearsal facilities, amazing performance facilities, but it's not just about the facilities, it's about what happens in those spaces. And I believe that the curriculum that we've set up, the staff that we have here, and the students that we have here are all on that path together to really create an artistic environment that is exciting and fulfilling and refreshing. And I think that's something that we all need, especially, you know, in the times that we're living in. So obviously you'll listen to me, I can go on, as you can probably tell. Kai will talk about the course, but try and watch something here. Try and you know, watch more videos, try and speak to sort of students that have been here. We've got a Christmas show link that's being sent out that if you contact our theatre administrator, which Sean will talk about, I'm sure, at the end of this, or will be sent in an email. You can get that stream, see what goes on, to really, really fulfill that experience, even if it's from distance. So that's the acting course. I will hand over to Kai now, who will talk in more detail about technical theatre. Kai.
Cheers, Gavin. Yeah, so with technical theatre, it's a little bit less defined, because there's many different pathways that you could take with technical theatre. Coming in, the courses that we offer, we'll start with that. Our courses are pretty much the same, so we offer a level 2, a level 3, and a professional diploma level 4. For us, the level 2 course works as kind of like that first year that can ease you into having a little bit more time to explore your studies, explore the academic side of things, while also getting to do that practical ability. As Gavin was saying, we run all our classes with the same learner levels within them. So if you're a level 2 to a level 3 learner, you're still in the same class, your learning's a bit more structured, so you can spend a little bit more time exploring the areas. Once you get to kind of level 3, your first year, we do a rotation basis. So everyone is going to go around a rotation, and that includes stage management with the roles ASM, DSM, and lead ASM. Then we go to costume, where as a first year, you'll be a wardrobe assistant, and you might even start to get into the managerial roles there. And then we have set construction. So you'll be the kind of deputy master carpenter or crew for the first kind of year. And then lighting and sound, we've got crew, rigging, board operators, programmers, designers. We've got a lot within them kind of areas there. Once you kind of get through to your second year of level 3, we look to start specialising you. So we give you the kind of time to explore where you want to go with your future and steer it a little bit. So you might want to choose a pathway like the lighting and sound pathway. Now this covers both the creative aspect and the practical aspect. So the designing roles being creative and the engineering roles being the practical side of things. So as a start, we kind of leave it open. We look to make sure you're getting a little bit of experience in all areas. Once we kind of get through Christmas and we start looking to the next term and into the summer term, where we have the bulk of our productions, we will look to start kind of specialising you down to a role. The reason why we do this is because universities now for technical theatre offer more direct courses. So they're less technical theatre or production management and more a lighting programmer or a set construction or a costume manager. So we kind of go in line with that, and we start to steer you at a little bit earlier of a stage. Similarly to the acting, the level 4 course is there as to kind of bridge that gap between college level and the industry level. It is equivalent to kind of a pre-qual of uni, and we kind of give you that experience here. So you work with the staff as our apprentices, you work alongside us, you manage the department, you manage the whole production, we look at all different aspects of that. And that just helps bridge that step. A lot of our kind of previous learners have a mixed progression route. So we have a significant amount that go into further training. So looking at universities, we have a really good, strong link with London universities. Some of the best ones in there being your kind of Guildhalls, your Central, Mount View, RADA, LAMDA, all these kind of main universities in London. We have a really good, strong connection with. We do a lot of workshops with, so we get guest lecturers to come in, show you what the courses at these universities may be like while you're still in the college environment and you have that kind of safety. On the opposite side of that, we go down the line of apprenticeships. So we have a good bond with the National Apprenticeship, and a few years ago, we had a student that went off and did a wig apprenticeship at the National. She now works there full time as a wigstress. So we keep them and maintain them lines for apprenticeships. And the last kind of option is we look at the work option. And this is where that level 4 course really comes into its own. If you are not looking to go to the university option or apprentice option, we can look to go into the career, and we help to bridge that gap with the level 4 course. Some student success stories over the past, kind of looking at past alumni. We've got a few that have gone off to the National Theatre. The last couple of years, we've had a load go off to Guildhall and running on all their different courses. They offer a wide selection of courses there. We've got TSL and Pure Power, which are lighting companies within the industry, touring production companies. We've got a few students that have gone off to create their own businesses and now run their own hire and lighting and sound businesses. We have one that works with Pyro, so they go and do TV work on the X Factor. They work with Little Mix, doing the pyrotechnics for all these performances. I will pass back to Gavin or Sean. I'm not sure who's going to take over, but to answer some questions.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm going to start it. So we've had questions come through, and I think it also lends to still talk, a bit more about our courses. I just want to be able to go on in terms of, again, what Kai was talking about. In terms of when we have, we're under the same, sort of umbrella here, in the theatre. So, where myself and the directing team will be working with the actors, with Kai and the technical team working with the technicians. And what, again, is really unique is that where we'd be working towards productions or internal productions or installations, the technical theatre working on that project. So, for example, as I mentioned earlier, we're currently working on streaming a Christmas show. For obvious reasons, and the COVID restrictions, we can't open that to the public. But what we are doing is we're filming that and directing it in a specific way that is safe. Now, the technicians are working on that as a project for building set, lighting, sound. The actors are rehearsing it. And then it all comes together, because as an actor, you would be working with theatre technicians, and as theatre technicians, you'd be working with actors. So when they're working together, there's a real understanding of, oh, that's what a DSM is, or oh, that's what an actor's process is, and so it really is that cross collaboration, and it's why whether you're on a technical theatre course or an acting course, it does sort of come hand in hand, and that leads us to one of the questions, which is there a crossover with acting and technical theatre? In terms of when you're on the course, as I say, if you're an actor, you learn about technical theatre. If you're a technician, you learn about the acting process. But when you're on a specific year, so if you're on the level 3 diploma, let's say, for technical theatre, halfway through that year, you couldn't go on the be on the acting course. But what is really interesting about working with UAL is because it is the same. It is the same overall pathway of working within the arts, the theatre arts. Let's say after year 1 of your level 3 diploma, you do your diploma, you're on it as an actor, and when you get to the end of that, you're like, do you know what I'd really like to do at the extended diploma in technical theatre? Now, it isn't guaranteed that you'll go and do that, but it is an option there to be able to do that, and vice versa. Or you might do a level 2, run a level 2 course. You're on the level 2 course of technical theatre. You get to the end of that and you sort of go, I kind of want to really, sort of explore going down the acting route. There is an option to then progress onto level 3 acting. So you can't sort of do it within the same year, but there is sort of flexibility there when you've completed a year's training in whatever field you're doing. Kai, do you want to add anything to that at all?
Yeah, I think a big part, and you kind of briefly touched on it, is here at the Miskin we have this ethos of we work as a team, and that's the really important part here, that collaboratively we all work together on productions. And this goes throughout your study program here. Whatever course you're on, whatever you're doing, you are working together as a team and bouncing off each other. And that helps with the creativity, helps with the drive of the production, it helps with all elements. So that's, that is our main thing here. We kind of work towards the team side of things. Go on.
No, I was going to say, guys, that sense of company, isn't it? You know, whether you're in the industry at the national or whether you're, you know, building your own company or a touring, you know, theatre company, it's that sense of company which I think is unique.
Yeah. So I'll go for the next question. So due to COVID, what opportunities will students be given to work to a goal? So we adapt. We are adapting with this industry. So as Gavin was saying earlier, we're looking to do live streams of Christmas productions. So we are still making that learning as detailed and giving you them experiences. So we are still doing full productions, we're still doing the rehearsal process, the lessons are still the same. We just may have to take in COVID measures around that. So we might have to do a little bit more social distancing, we might have to wear masks during certain activities, but them activities, we're still striving to get you to do them so you can work to them goals and you can still achieve the learning that you set out to achieve on the course.
Great, thank you. Our next question that we've got is, can I go into level 3 straight from school? Yes, you can. And this is both acting and technical theatre. There are certain requirements that you need to get onto the course. So to get onto any of our level 3 courses, what we ask is for at least 5 4 to 9 passes in GCSE grades. And one of them does need to be in English. Okay. To get onto the level 2 course, we ask that you have 5 GCSE grades, but it can be any grade. Yeah, so from 1 to 9. But more so than the grades, you know, that's one part of the requirement. Anybody that wants to apply for the course, we then would invite you for an interview, which for the acting side, we would ask that you prepare a monologue. Now, if we're still in COVID restrictions, that monologue would be filmed as a self-tape. And if it's in person, we would do workshops inside the theatre that you'd attend, and then we'd see your audition. If it was for the technical theatre course, we asked for a pre-interview task that would be some form of design in one of the specific areas that Kai spoke about earlier. So some form of, you know, lighting design or costume design, prop design. And then again, you would be invited to an interview. And based on that interview, we would then, you know, sort of decide what we think, you know, that best offer is. And even as I said earlier, if somebody, it might be because, you know, it might be due to confidence, to build confidence, someone might have amazing predicted grades, but we'd still look at, you know, talking about, you know, that extra year of training. And the reason why we do this is because we are trying to, you know, we want to give all of our applicants, you know, the best opportunity to really succeed and to achieve, you know, at their highest level. And that comes from our experience of you know, working here and, you know, working with our actors or working with our technicians on a day-to-day, you know, basis. And what we do, if you're successful in getting onto the course, whatever course you're on, whether it's technical theatre, acting, level 2, level 3, acting for camera, theatre, everybody's sort of on a 6-week trial here. And that trial, I mean, it sounds quite intense, but it isn't. But that trial is to make sure that from our perspective, you're on the right pathway, and from your perspective, that you're on the right pathway. And then we go from there in terms of what we think, you know, is going to be best for you. Kai, over to you.
Yeah, so a couple of questions for the tech side of things here. So can I work on film sets if I study technical theatre? Absolutely. Yeah, we're giving you a foundation level of skills, abilities to then go and take wherever you want to go and take them. There's 3 main industries, I would say. There's the television and film industry. There's the theatre side of it, so kind of West End and that side of stuff. And then there's the live event being your kind of festival circuits. Now, it's never a fixed route. It's really hard to give a kind of fixed direction as to where to go. But what we do is we give you them skills, we give you a basis to work off of. We had a student from stage management who went to Guildhall, and then from Guildhall, which is primarily a theatre-based course, went on to be a floor runner on film sets. So it does happen. It's your drive, your desire. If you want to go that direction, there shouldn't be anything that should stop you getting that. And we'll give you all the skills and the tricks and techniques to be able to get there. Off the back of that, it says, is the tech theatre just audio and lighting, or can I do visual effects as well? So tech theatre as a whole has the four main subjects being lighting, sound and AV, costume, set and stage management. They are your four main areas. Within the lighting and sound bracket, we are kind of trying to modernise with the industry and where that's going. So we're looking to kind of increase our capabilities with AV. This year, we've started to look into the live stream aspect of things. So kind of getting the camera equipment, getting the softwares that we need and the training on board to be able to do that. In the past, we've worked with video screens. So we've worked with multi-LCD displays, pixel screens, and we do a lot of kind of creations within that. We do a lot of projection work, so whether this be kind of projection mapping side of things, whether it be content creation, we can look at that side as well. And sometimes we get to play with some new toys. And about, I think it was 18 months ago before COVID, we were lucky enough to get some water jets in, where effectively it's like a curtain of rain and you can project onto it. You can light each stream of water, so you can do writing in it. And we got to play with that with the learners for a day. So that was able to kind of offer a whole new world of AV as well. So we're slowly getting there. It's probably not as dedicated as light and sound at the moment, being kind of they are the essence of every production. Every production will require lights and sound. Not everyone does AV, but we're starting to kind of get the resources behind us. And if you've got a desire for it, we will teach it you as best as we can.
Yeah, and I think that again is what unique is about the course and the staff members that work here. We're always looking to, you know, drive forward and to move, you know, forward. And again, even in, you know, these sort of, you know, real tough times, you know, we still want to be creating. You know, we want to be creating in a safe way, but it's built in everyone here to go, right, well, what is it that we can do and how can we do that, and really, you know, challenge ourselves in the most artistic way. Going off one of the questions, now we did mention it in the introduction, but one of the questions are, you know, do the staff members come from the industry? Yes, I mean, for anyone that's joining us late, all the staff here that do work, you know, work in the industry, be it in, you know, whether it's, you know, working in screen or directing or writing, whether people are working for production companies outside of here. Kai mentioned earlier, you know, just that he'd just be working a job prior, you know, to the sort of the term starting in the half term. And what is unique about that is that, you know, we're forging connections outside of here. We want to keep bringing those, you know, connections in. I think that, again, a part of that is that what makes us different from an A-level course is, you know, that we are constantly, you know, working as professionals outside of here and bringing that in. And we want to stay truthful to the industry and keeping up to date with how the industry is changing and what is it that we can do to bring that in. We also, you know, as a director, and Kai can speak, you know, in terms of, you know, working the technical team and looking after sound and lighting, and he's got this absolute goal about bringing in, you know, how we can, you know, use technology. But as a director, I want to be able to create work as well. And so I want to be able to, you know, write scripts and work with, you know, aspiring actors. And because, you know, we have to get something out of it as well as artists, and not just as college lecturers. And we're not just teachers. We want to be able to create work and hopefully inspire and to tell a story, and to potentially change people's lives. That's why also we're doing this. It just isn't about, you know, turn up at, you know, 9:30, sit down, do a class and then leave. You have to live it and breathe it, whether it's technical theatre or acting, and that's what, you know, we do here. A long-winded answer to, you know, are the staff working within, you know, in the industry? Well, yes, they are. and we bring all of that to the Miskin Theatre and at North Kent College. Yeah, so Kai, there's a question about music technology here, which music tech is a slight different pathway, but it might be something you may be able to help out a little bit more.
Yeah. I'll go into that a little bit. So it talks about the music tech course and kind of the application in the industry, jobs and transferring of jobs. So the music tech course, so we offer a dedicated music technology course as well as a music performance course, which is part of the Miskin umbrella. But here in the technical theatre side of things, it's more live sound for production. So whether that be a kind of live gig, being dance or a music gig, or being a theatre production with kind of sound effects, radio mics, and all that side of things. Going into the industry, so work, that kind of is, again, your drive and your ambition. So the more you're dedicated to networking, and I think that's the most important thing you can do is network. That means going to theatres and going to performance venues, knocking on the stage door and asking, obviously post-COVID maybe, but can I shadow? Can I come in and meet the sound guy? Can I come in and meet the lighting tech? Whoever it is, you're constantly striving for these. You're sending emails. You're badgering industry professionals. That kind of gets you on the radar. That will allow you to set up yourself in a way that you can work as many days as you want and as many hours as you want. The industry is based on this word that we call freelance. So you are your own manager. So the more you want to work and the more you want to earn, you can do that. Or if you only want to work 1 day a week, you can also do that. In terms of branching off and doing your own thing within the music tech world or sound world, yeah, I mean, there's so many different applications within sound. So again, you've got the live element being stage, so theatre or live event festivals. You've got TV and film. You've got recording studios, so recording artists, recording engineers. And then within that, you've got crews, you've got runners. You might want to work in a venue as a live house engineer. You might want to work in a theatre as a mic runner. There's so many different applications. And I think if you have a good foundation in audio knowledge and ability, then that can be transferred across any pathway. It just takes dedication, networking, bit of time and persistence.
Yeah, and I think you know what, just talking about that, Kai, as well, it's that sort of when you're talking about, you know, generating work yourself and that word freelancing. Now I think that's, you know, it's really important to talk about that. Those employability skills is something that we really enforce from day one here. It's about how, like, again, I mentioned it earlier myself, but it's how you hold yourself in a job interview. It's how you conduct yourself in that professional manner. It's turning up to an interview being well prepared, again, no matter what industry that you're going in. And it's those skills that we, you know, really sort of, you know, put into place. And it is about sort of setting you up for the kind of that next step of going into, again, whether it's this industry or another field. So yeah, I mean, it's really important. How can I apply? Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can go to the North Kent College website, and on there, when you go on there, you can look at loads of information about any course here, and there will be an apply box next to each course, and you can apply online. If at any point you're a little bit confused, we've got a great administration team. You can always phone up the college. You can always send the marketing team any direct emails, but that main way of application is through the website. Now, you know, I think that, you know, and I certainly know this of being a young person at one point, is that you might have different interests. You know, you might have an interest in acting, you might have an interest in technical theatre, but you may also have an interest in, you know, sort of computer technology, or being, you know, working as an apprenticeship or working in the sort of plumbing industry, or whatever it is. I would say that, you know, if you're interested in it, apply for it. Go through that experience, because to get onto one of our courses, myself and Kai's, that process is very different from, let's say, if you want to go for a media course. And so if you've got that interest, apply and give yourself that opportunity to experience it, because you'll know within the interview, and you'll know with the pre-interview tasks that are set, you'll kind of get an idea of what's expected of you and what's expected of you when you're here. So that's how you apply. Our marketing team that are on here, they're great, and they'll be sending out information. So, those of you that are on Facebook as well, and those that want more information, communicate it, and you'll get it. Cool. We've spoke about entry requirements, so I'm going to move on. I will answer that again.
Gav, if you do want to have a look at entry requirements, again, they're on that website. They're listed in the course details. It gives you a course breakdown. It gives you all the information about the courses, and you can take a little bit of time and simmer over it later.
Brilliant. So can you tell us about the theatre company at the Miskin Theatre? Kai, do you want to have a little start on that, and then I'll come in?
Yeah, so this is what we briefly touched on earlier. So we have this ethos of the theatre company. We treat every individual as a company member, and we work as a big team. So this may be between acting and tech. This may be within tech. It might be within sound. It could also be even wider. So it could be tech to dance, or dance to acting, or music to tech. Whatever it is, it's about us all coming together and working on a production or a process, collaborative. I've got myself again. We're working as a team in this theatre company. So, and that, as I say, goes down to the lowest level. So whether that be kind of your crew level, and we've got a small team of 3 working as a crew, it's about them 3 members coming together and best trying to achieve what they can as a team. So using each other's strengths, trying to help each other improve on weaknesses, that kind of peer-to-peer mentoring, being a support if someone needs that there and then. It's about going above and beyond to work as part of this bigger team and the theatre company side of things. So that kind of covers, I think, the basics. Gav, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's something that we are, that we like to see ourselves as a production house, whether it's, as I say, an installation, a film, a TV project, a theatre, project. But it is, you can't, you can't do it all on your own, and you need that team. But you also need to, in this industry, understand what the process is. As an actor myself, if I turn up, to Kai and was like, could I have that light on me, and I need this and I need this? It isn't as easy, as that. It's not as straightforward as that. There is a design process, and whether you're an actor, say whether you're a technician in technical theatre, learning and respecting about each other's craft and understanding that process, again, sets you up for a lot of other life skills. So that Miskin Theatre company is something that we really sort of promote, and the importance of it. A question here: I've heard you all have a new building. Will this be a part of the acting and technical theatre department? Man, I hope so. No, it's not. But I think it's important to say that, one, we've the acting and technical theatre have had a kind of within, it's probably about 10 years ago now, 8 years ago. But we've got a fairly new building, as like I said, with amazing facilities. You're right, there is a new building. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but who knows, I'm live on camera. But it's going to be setting up for a whole new, we have a dance and we have a musical theatre department here that again is under our umbrella, that has its own sort of pathway, and that building, I believe there are new studios for the dance and musical theatre department, but we work very close with the musical theatre and dance department. So again, we have a lot of applicants that might be interested in acting in technical theatre. also share that interest with musical theatre and dance. So no, it isn't going to belong to acting and technical theatre, but we certainly are going to be a part of that world.
And I think just off the back of that, Gavin, is the music course as it is now has a current venue. And a part of the technical, as I say, we are working hand in hand with them. They do little kind of spot performances. They might go into the cafeteria and do a Christmas, like music for Christmas lunches. They might do a gig night, whatever it may be. We're working as part of the technical team with them constantly. So if you're going down more the route of kind of a live event tech, we're offering that side as well. And I think elements of that might be in this new building.
Right. Well, yeah, I want to thank you on behalf of myself and Kai. We're going to go back and fix some lights now. But thank you for joining us. Sian will talk to you about any more information. Please do not hesitate to contact us, contact the theatre, contact our admin team. We are here to help. And those of you that are interested, we look forward to meeting you via an interview, and please do. It's a great course. You'll have a great time. That's it from me and Kai. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you, Kai and Gavin. A really great insight there to acting and technical theatre. As they both mentioned, we will be sending a follow-up email to any registrants that have registered for the event. It will have all the contact information that you need. You will also be able to watch this all over again. But in addition, if you are watching on Facebook, then if you head over to our events page, then there is contact details on there as well. We hope you've obviously really enjoyed this evening and got a really great insight into college life and the courses that we have on offer here at Dartford. Hope you had a lovely evening, and I hope to see you in September. Thank you. Bye.